Elon Musk has a vision. He wants to send humans to Mars, not just for a visit, but to stay. He envisions a self-sustaining city on the red planet, a new home for humanity. But building a new home means starting a family. Can humans even reproduce on Mars? The answer is complicated. It involves biology, physics, and a whole lot of unknowns. Musk is confident that humans can overcome these challenges. He believes that becoming a multi-planetary species is essential for our survival. However, the ethics and logistics of bringing children into such an environment are hotly debated. The dream of a Martian colony is exciting, but the reality of raising children on a harsh, unforgiving planet is a different story. Before we pack our bags for Mars, we need to answer some crucial questions about the future of human reproduction beyond Earth. Let's talk about sex, baby. Or rather, the challenges of getting busy in Martian gravity, which is only about 38% as strong as Earth's. It's not just about feeling lighter. Low gravity affects our bodies in ways we're only beginning to understand. For one, our muscles and bones deteriorate without the constant pull of Earth's gravity. This could make physical intimacy difficult, if not impossible. Then there's the issue of fluids. In space, fluids tend to pool in the upper body, potentially causing problems we'd rather not elaborate on. And let's not forget the psychological impact of living in a confined, high-stress environment. All of this could put a damper on even the most adventurous Martian's libido. While some challenges might be overcome with technology and adaptation, the reality of intimacy beyond Earth is far from certain. It's a conversation we need to have openly and honestly as we consider the future of human life on Mars. Assuming we can overcome the challenges of conception on Mars, the next hurdle is even bigger: ensuring healthy pregnancies and births. The Martian environment poses significant risks to developing fetuses. Radiation is a major concern. Mars lacks a global magnetic field and a thick atmosphere like Earth's, leaving it exposed to harmful cosmic rays and solar flares. This radiation can damage DNA, increasing the risk of birth defects and developmental issues. Furthermore, low gravity could negatively impact fetal development. Studies on animals have shown that developing in low gravity can lead to muscle and bone problems. The long-term effects of Martian gravity on human fetuses are unknown, but the risks are undeniable. Even if a child is born healthy, their development could be affected by the Martian environment. The lower gravity might lead to weaker bones and muscles, making it difficult to adapt to Earth's gravity if they ever return. These are just some of the biological hurdles we must address before considering Mars as a viable place to raise children. The Martian surface is bombarded by radiation, a constant threat to human health. This radiation comes from two main sources: the sun and deep space. The sun emits solar flares, bursts of energy that can be dangerous to unprotected humans. Deep space, on the other hand, is filled with cosmic rays, high-energy particles traveling at nearly the speed of light. Earth's magnetic field and thick atmosphere act as shields, deflecting most of this radiation. Mars, unfortunately, lacks these protective layers. While Martian colonists would have some shielding in their habitats, they would still be exposed to higher levels of radiation than on Earth. This radiation poses a significant risk to human reproduction. It can damage DNA, the building blocks of life. In developing fetuses, this damage can lead to birth defects, developmental issues, and a higher risk of childhood cancers. Even if a child is born seemingly healthy, the DNA damage can have long-term consequences, potentially affecting their own children and future generations. Protecting Martian colonists from radiation is a major challenge. While shielding technology can help, it's not a perfect solution. The long-term effects of Martian radiation on human reproduction are still being studied, but the potential risks are undeniable. Section 5. Tiny Tots on the Red Planet. Can Mars ever be a suitable home for children? Imagine a childhood on Mars. Instead of playing outside in the sunshine, children would grow up inside habitats, venturing out only in protective suits. Their playground would be a red, dusty desert, their sky a pale salmon pink. While this might sound exciting to some, the reality is that Mars is a harsh and unforgiving environment for a child. The thin atmosphere means there's no room for error. A tear in a spacesuit, a malfunctioning life support system, could have fatal consequences. Beyond the physical dangers, there are psychological considerations. Growing up in a confined, artificial environment could take a toll on a child's mental well-being. The lack of natural light, the limited social interactions, the constant awareness of the hostile world outside, These factors could lead to developmental issues and mental health challenges. While technology might mitigate some of these risks, the question remains, is it ethical to bring children to a planet that cannot sustain them without extraordinary measures? Do we have the right to subject future generations to the challenges of Martian life, no matter how much we prepare? Imagine a small group of people embarking on a one-way trip to Mars, carrying the hopes of establishing a new branch of humanity. This founding population would face a unique challenge, maintaining genetic diversity. On Earth, our vast population ensures a wide gene pool. This diversity is crucial for our species' health and resilience, making us less susceptible to diseases and genetic disorders. However, a small, isolated population like the first Martian colonists would have a limited gene pool. This lack of genetic diversity could lead to a founder effect, where certain genetic traits become more common, potentially increasing the risk of inherited diseases. Over time, this could weaken the Martian population, making them more vulnerable to health problems and less adaptable to environmental changes. To ensure the long-term survival of a Martian colony, maintaining genetic diversity is crucial. This might involve sending a larger initial population, carefully selecting individuals with diverse genetic backgrounds. Another option is to develop technologies for genetic editing, allowing us to introduce more variation into the gene pool. The challenges of human reproduction on Mars have sparked debate among scientists and ethicists. Dr. Kelly Weinersmith, author of A City on Mars, argues that while the challenges are significant, they are not insurmountable. She believes that with careful planning and technological advancements, we can create a future where humans can thrive on Mars, including raising families. However, she stresses the importance of ethical considerations, ensuring that any children born on Mars have the best possible chance at a healthy and fulfilling life. David Cullen, a professor of astrobiology and space biotechnology, expresses more caution. He points out the unknowns of long-term exposure to Martian gravity and radiation, emphasizing the need for extensive research before we consider bringing children to Mars. He suggests that initial Martian settlements should focus on scientific research and technological development, with the goal of creating a more sustainable and habitable environment for future generations. These differing viewpoints highlight the complexity of the issue. There are no easy answers, and any decision about human reproduction on Mars will have far-reaching consequences. The dream of colonizing Mars is captivating. The idea of humans becoming a multi-planetary species, expanding our reach beyond Earth, is a testament to our ambition and ingenuity. However, the reality of human reproduction on Mars is far more complicated than the romantic vision. From the challenges of conception in low gravity to the risks of radiation exposure during pregnancy, the Martian environment presents significant hurdles to starting a family. Even if we can overcome these biological obstacles, the ethical implications of raising children in such a harsh and unforgiving environment are profound. The lack of a breathable atmosphere, the limited resources, the constant threat of equipment failure. These factors would make childhood on Mars a far cry from the carefree experience we strive for on Earth. While technology might mitigate some of these risks, it's crucial to ask ourselves, at what cost? The question of whether or not humans should reproduce on Mars is not a scientific one, but a philosophical one. It forces us to confront our values, our responsibilities, and our vision for the future of humanity. Do we have the right to subject future generations to the inherent risks of Martian life, no matter how much we prepare? Or is the drive to explore, to push the boundaries of human existence, worth the potential cost? These are questions with no easy answers. As we venture further into the cosmos, the decisions we make today will shape the destiny of our species for generations to come. The red planet beckons, a symbol of both our ambition and our limitations. Whether it becomes a cradle for humanity or a testament to our hubris remains to be seen. The choice ultimately